talked about Kotaku not too long ago when I was doing one of my drive, my drive videos when I used to drive from work, and Kotaku had a problem. They still somewhat have a problem, but apparently they're the media group that owns them, Geo Media, has fired the editor in chief, Patricia Hernandez. Um, we talked about this before about the Tears of the Kingdom fiasco when they were doing all kind of things and putting kind of like weird racist stuff out there about the Japanese. It wasn't them in general, but it was one person, and it was a real problem because they put out a lot of stuff that just doesn't fly, and it got to the point where Nintendo blacklisted them. I don't know if her firing has anything to do with it, but I am looking at this article, which I'll put down in the description, where it does mention the Tears of the Kingdom situation. So I'm just going to read that part right there, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on it. It says, when leadership is, well, getting frustrated at you for writing about Tears of the Kingdom after its release, I do think there's a limit to how much things can flourish. That's what Miss Patricia Hernandez said to the Updater, which is that's the company that the newsletter that reached out for comment. Um, Listen, I get it. You want to put your stuff out there that you feel about certain things. I know there was one Kotaku article that talked about the whole situation with Hogwarts Legacy and the other stuff they put out about what was the game Metroid Dread, like how to pirate the game, and then there was other things about the whole situation with the PS5 release. And I heard that, I read, I can't remember who it was, but one of the guys who were reviewing the PS5 release started talking about President Trump. I mean, why? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand like how this stuff gets across on a gaming site. Now, a lot of people look at this gaming site and they say it's garbage, and I haven't really followed too much about it. After I haven't followed in like in the past few months. I do go to them and read them at times, but I do see things that are like, all right, why is that there? And you know, this person here, Miss Hernandez, editor in chief, somebody got to take responsibility. If she's the top person that does let this stuff go around, I mean, heads are going to roll. I mean, that's just how it is. So, I mean, another thing is that you got a lot of stuff about to come out with Nintendo, and I guess Kotaku or Geo Media is going to try to save face. They're going to try to find a way to get back in Nintendo goods graces, I guess, because now you got new, games coming out by Nintendo. Nintendo's about to have a new console, and a lot of people look at Kotaku as a joke, especially after the fact that a person was real salty about Tears of the Kingdom, and you have to talk about it after every other publication put out their thoughts and opinions about it. Matter of fact, I think I had an opinion about it before they did, and it's kind of bad because I mean, this channel was nowhere near as big as a lot of channels or that publication, and it's crazy. But nevertheless, you have this situation where they may be trying to save face. I don't see why they wouldn't, because I don't see why they. I see why they would. I just say that because now, like I said, Nintendo's about to move into this next era where they got a new, they have a new console coming out possibly in next year. So they got these other companies out here as well. They pretty much blacklist them. I think Bethesda was another one. I think it was Bethesda, Ubisoft. One of them, they just blacklisted them as well, so they can't get anything from them either. So now, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? I mean, I just don't know. So it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I want to see how things go down the road. They have to, they have to save face because a lot of these publications, they're going by the wayside. I mean, people on YouTube are like really taking over this whole media thing. I mean, there's like some report now. All right, I know this is going off the rails, but I'm gonna get out of here soon. But I just want to say this: there's a report out there, like a lot of people, like there's a good bit of percentage of Americans get their TV time through YouTube. And I'm not talking about like YouTube, on their phones, like YouTube on their televisions. Like YouTube is really taking over, regular TV. And it's really interesting because a lot of, content creators and a lot of, other, outlets that use YouTube, are really figuring it out. Like this is like direct to consumer way to make things happen, and it's working. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how things go with this, because I know there's a couple of other publications that have been in trouble, and some of them have folded. And one of Kotaku's gonna be the next one. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But I said enough. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys enjoy your evening. I'll see you in the next video. All right, y'all. Peace.